purpose of this video is to introduce you to the ServiceBench Parts Portal, a powerful supply chain management feature of both the ServiceBench system, the business management system, and of course the mobile apps. Today, firstly, I will provide you with a high-level overview of the features. Secondly, discuss the key operational efficiencies and benefits that are realized through real-time connections to supply chain partners. And finally, show you how easy it is for users to configure and use in their daily business operations. So let's go get started. The Parts Portal feature is a real-time web services connection using JSON or XML that links service providers to numerous parts suppliers directly from all ServiceBench applications. Serving as a conduit, so to speak, it does not interfere with the business relationship between the buyer and the seller. Presently, the integrations have been deployed with numerous supply chain partners, providing ServiceBench users real-time access to parts technical data, availability, pricing, ordering, order acknowledgement, tracking of shipments and returns management, all from the user's desktop or mobile app used by technicians performing field service jobs. While the benefits to all parties in the supply chain are many and varied, here are a few key highlights. For end consumers, there's an increased potential for first call complete using high-quality OEM parts. If parts need to be ordered and a second trip is required, the technician can schedule while still in the consumer's home. For ServiceBench and BMS service provider users, there's an improved financial management of parts inventory and special orders and more efficient service call scheduling, thus delivering superior customer service. For service administrators, they get a 360-degree view of all jobs dispatched from the consumer call center with the parts detail. And for parts distributors, a direct connection to customers minimizes the typical practice of many service providers of internet shopping for the lowest priced or aftermarket parts. This is an ideal solution as a customer retention strategy. Let's take a brief tour of the ServiceBench Parts Portal. We will assume the role of a typical service provider using this feature contained in the BMS. Once again, as a reminder, the Parts Portal is connected to the ServiceBench system as well for use by service administrators and their service partners. The first step in the process is to configure and activate the distributors connected to ServiceBench by using the Parts Distributor Vendor Maintenance feature. We can now select participating parts distributors the service provider does business with, enable either a single distributor configuring them as our primary source, or we can enable multiple distributors and rank each of them in order of search preference. Please keep in mind, this is not a parts marketplace such as Google search, where all suppliers of a specific part are returned in the search results, as this solution will only search the inventory of each distributor independently. For the purposes of this overview, we will select and activate a single distributor. We are now ready to check the availability of a part needed and place an order. This action can be taken either from our ServiceBench desktop UI or through the mobile app by a user in the field. We will start with the desktop, followed by the mobile app. By the way, the same process can be performed directly in the parts section within a service job or a work order. As you observed, the process is quite user-friendly and keeps the user in the BMS app without having to place orders manually and log into various websites. Let's take a look at this from the perspective of a technician on a job site using the ServiceBench mobile app. Since a technician will typically be viewing the service order, he or she can easily navigate to the Parts tab and perform a parts search of their internal inventory in all locations. If the service company does not have the part in inventory or on the service vehicle, it can be ordered. Assuming the technician doesn't know the actual part number needed for the job, they can search the illustrated parts list residing on the distributor system. At this point, the technician enters the part number and pings the distributor's inventory for availability. The technician can now place or request the part order for shipment and/or pickup or will call. If the service provider wants tighter controls over the parts ordering process, the technician user profile in the system can be set to request part order rather than simply order. The purchase request will go to the service provider admin for approval. As orders are requested throughout the day from a service company's technicians or other users, a batch order process can be scheduled and run at intervals selected by the user. Now that all of the part orders have been placed, we will discuss the automated receiving process in two parts. Part 1, receiving of inbound shipments. Part 2, parts pickup at the distributor's location by technician. Upon receipt of an inbound part shipment, the user simply enters the order PO or shipment tracking number. Upon denoting the parts physically received, the substatus of the service jobs where parts were special ordered will update to parts arrived, and all parts for inventory are shown as received. Detailed labels can also be printed for placement on the packaging of individual parts, as well as a pickup list generated to sort all parts for service jobs by technician and inventory stocking locations. Technicians or other service company associates that pick up parts at their supplier's location can use the ServiceBench mobile app to scan parts directly into a service order or to an inventory location such as a service vehicle. Finally, parts, whether special ordered for various jobs, inventory, or perhaps processing return, are managed from the Parts main dashboard. Now that you're acquainted with the powerful Parts Portal application, it's easy to see the benefits to the service supply chain. By leveraging this technology, you can save valuable time and provide exceptional customer service by getting repair parts where they need to be and when they are needed, each and every time. Participating parts distributors and other supply chain partners are also highly satisfied with having yet another tool to drive their fulfillment process to the most efficient level possible. Contact ServiceBench now to get started.